Today, I am going to ask you to step into the shoes of a mom experiencing homelessness. Imagine what it's like not knowing where your children are going to sleep this evening. Imagine what it's like having to carry all your possessions in 4 or 5 garbage bags from place to place with your kids in tow every day. That's what life is like for thousands of women in this country. And I know this because, as I said, I've been at Brookview House for 25 years. Yep, 25. And I still love it. I love it because the women and the children inspire me. They give to me every day. What do we do at Brookview House? We provide a safe place to live, programs to build self-esteem, and opportunity to build new skills and to practice the skills that you've learned. When we started 25 years ago, our plan was to end homelessness. We thought we could wipe it out. Brookview is very successful. 92% of the moms who complete the program maintain housing long term. Excuse me. That means 6 years or more. For most, it means it's up to 25 years that we've been around. Moms are still in permanent housing. But I think the most important statistic is the next one. 88% of the youth program participants graduate high school. The national average for children experiencing homelessness who graduate high school is 25%. 25. Like I said, we thought we were going to end homelessness, but unfortunately, it's grown. When we started, there were probably 500 families in shelter in Massachusetts. The number looks like this now. It's more like 5,000. And there's a stigma attached to a mom experiencing homelessness. No, she's not getting over on the system. No, she's not taking advantage of anything. And we've all heard the stereotype of the welfare queen, but I don't think the queen supports her family on $6,285 per year. Her family. Don't think the queen does that. Some other important things to know about family homelessness is 84% of families who are homeless are female heads of household. And right now, homeless families are 37% of the homeless population. 25 years ago, they were the smallest segment of the homeless population. Other things to know, 92% of the mothers are survivors of physical or sexual trauma. 92%. 83% of the children are exposed to at least one serious violent event by age 12. So I think it's important for us to stop shaming and blaming the moms, and let's think more about addressing the issues, because family homelessness can be solved. One of the things about the trauma that these women experience is it generally goes untreated. So how does it present? What do you see? What you see is, what we generally see is anger, depression, self-medication, being overwhelmed to the point of immobilization. In the kids, we see some are mute, passive. Others are aggressive and violent. And it's the kids that we worry about. And it's the kids I ask myself, why does this society ignore the kids? Why? Often the kids are expelled from school at an early age. Some as young as 6 or 7 years old. I can tell you about Keon, who came to Brookview House. Keon was 7 years old. He was a big kid. He was on his 3rd school when he came to Brookview. He had been expelled from 2 other schools, 7 years old. We knew every day when it was 2:30, because the house turned upside down. We didn't have to look at the clock. We knew Keon was coming in the door. He was aggressive. He was active. He was physical. It was just, everything moving and shaking. He was expelled from the bus every other day. He was in trouble at school every day. And finally the school called us and they said, he can't come back anymore. 7 years old. 1st grade. He can't come back anymore. I pushed back. For the next 11 years, what's he going to do? Finally, they relented and they said, he can come back if you give him Ritalin. No diagnosis, no visit to the doctor, no information about his history. They didn't know he was homeless. What we found out is we had the assistance of an art therapist. What we found out is Keon lived with his grandmother all of his life. But he came to Brookview to live with his mom, who he didn't know. He's at Brookview, mom he didn't know. People at Brookview telling him what to do, where to go, calm down, be quiet, sit down. He didn't know us. But the most important fact nobody knew is Keon's grandmother died. So his life was upside down and out of control, and so was Keon. So with the help of the art therapist, we got him some assistance. And we knew he was going to be okay. When one day he came home, it was quiet. I didn't know it was 2:30. I didn't hear Keon. And he was sad. And I said, Keon, what is going on? And he touched his heart. And he said, my heart hurts. And I said, now mine hurts. What's wrong? And he said, the girl on the bus who I thought was my friend is no longer my friend. And in the past, that would have been a fight. He would have made her his friend. But now he could talk about it. He was no longer physical about it. And that's what's important. So let's stop the shaming and the blaming. And let's walk in a mom's shoes. What's a courageous mom look like? Paulina is a mom who came to Brookview House with 2 children. She's a survivor of domestic violence. She was determined to do better for her children. She came with nothing. And when she left, she was the graduate of a technology program. She finished with highest honors, perfect attendance, and she's now a data analyst at a major hospital in Boston. In her words, I refuse to bow down to abuse. Those are her words. Our release is a mom who came to Boston from Puerto Rico. She came when her oldest son was diagnosed with ALS, and she couldn't get the treatment he needed in Puerto Rico. She came to live with a cousin while he was in treatment. But she soon found out that her family and her cousin's family couldn't all live in the same place because the cousin might get evicted. In her words, I was hurt, I was confused, I was discouraged. But she found her way to Brookview. She's now working full-time in a rehab center, helping others. And she still has dreams. She wants to get her bachelor's degree in early education so that she can teach. I guarantee you she'll make that happen. So let's stop shaming and blaming and take a walk in their shoes. Now, what's the Brookview model? How do we make this stuff happen? We have a two-generation approach. We provide a lot of services and education, and I can tell you what an average day at Brookview looks like. It starts at sunrise. Well, at Brookview, the families have full apartments, 2 and 3 bedrooms, full kitchen, full bath, living room, place to cook, place for your kids to be safe and act like a family. We're a refuge in a community. So at 6 a.m. or sunrise, kids start tumbling down the stairs. And the moms are bringing them to the vans, the babies to the vans to take them to daycare. And then they take the school-age kids to the bus, take them to the school bus so they can go to school. Then some of the moms go off to jobs, to job training, to GED classes, to ESL classes, English as a second language. Other moms return to the house where we have nurses who come in, we have doctors in the house, we have clinicians who work on behavioral and mental health. We have case managers to help them work on their goals, help them set and achieve their goals. That's how they get through. Then at 2:30, the kids come home. We have a licensed after-school program in the building. So they come in, they get a snack, they get tutoring. We have volunteers from places like Milton Academy, Fontbonne Academy. We have Wentworth Institute comes in, works with the teens. We have coding classes for the girls. They learn computer science. Girls who code. So for us, it's about creating and meeting their goals, helping them develop goals, and helping to see something else. And for us, we believe family homelessness can be solved, and that the formula is simple. The formula is a two-generation approach, safe place to live, education and training, support services, and programs for the children and youth. That becomes success. And today I'm going to challenge you. And I'm going to ask you to invest in women and children experiencing homelessness. I'm going to ask you to help them gain the momentum they need to achieve their dreams and their goals. Because I guarantee you, your investment will pay dividends far into the future. Thank you.